All right. Hey, everybody. This is Josh Beek. I am the membership director of OKUSA Wrestling, and I have the chairman, Zach Randall, with me. Hey, Zach, how are you doing?
Hey, how's it going, Josh?
Good, man. Well, we wanted to do a Facebook Live tonight. We do these regularly. We've been pretty busy with the season, and so we haven't got one out in a while. But um, we are doing one tonight talking about the ending of the folk style season and now going into freestyle season, Olympic style. So, talk to us a little bit about that, Zach. Folk style season looked like a success on all levels, and so what are your thoughts on the folk style season?
Yeah, I mean, from youth league all the way up to high school state, it was incredible. I think one thing, that I would just say is congratulations to all the coaches and parents and athletes. And I mean, just raising level around the whole state. The level of wrestling has just gotten better and better and better. We had our second women's state championship with the full regional, and it was just amazing. And the improvement in numbers in that is just awesome. So, I mean, just really standing back as a fan, as a parent, as a person involved with wrestling in our state, I couldn't be happier with what I'm seeing from my shoes. Just it's amazing. I just feel so blessed to be a part of that history and be a part of Oklahoma wrestling right now. It's looking so great. It really is looking sharp.
Yep. Well, that kind of segues into what we're getting ready to get into, which is the Olympic style freestyle and Greco season coming up. We had a good folk style season, had a really good freestyle season the last summer, and here we are. It looks like it may even be better as far as our teams, our junior cadet schoolboy teams. They look pretty solid. So, number one, we'll be putting the schedule out after this live. But talk about the teams and some of the events that we have coming up. Freestyle season looks pretty promising.
Yeah, I think most folks are familiar with wrestling that Oklahoma wrestling has, at the level in the summertime that we're at. But if folks are watching, we are always competing for a national championship in the national duels. We always have world team guys and gals, and we have multiple All-Americans and champions every year. And so we are such a competitive state when it comes to the Olympic style wrestling. And so, if your athlete hasn't done this before, I think it's so important because, look at it, and I think a lot of coaches look at it, it's like if you wrestle in the summertime, you get to put almost another season of experience. And then just the exposure you get. I mean, as an Oklahoma wrestler growing up in Oklahoma wrestling and my kids growing up in Oklahoma wrestling, I mean, it's kind of funny because I think we get a little bit, immune to it, but to be sitting in a room and it's nothing for an Olympic champion or an Olympian or a world team guy to pop into the room and coach and show moves. And I mean, it's just kind of crazy when you think about it, and that's really special. So if you haven't put in a season yet for freestyle, then I would highly encourage it. It's really developed well. Our folks that are on the women's side of wrestling in the state, it's a great opportunity to get a lot of experience and time in wrestling. USA Wrestling has developed women's wrestling better than anywhere in the country, in the world. And so there's a lot of really good competitive opportunities for kids at all level. And so I would really encourage the folks to hit the local tournaments. And if you have a little bit of experience, then you definitely need to hit, maybe some regional tournaments. And then, if you feel like you're up to the challenge, then definitely try out for one of those teams and try to win a qualifier, place a qualifier so you can be on one of those teams. We'll have our other directors on Facebook Lives with you, Josh, talking about how to make those teams and how that works later. But I couldn't impress upon people enough to get involved in summer wrestling. An old saying that I don't even know where it came from. It was maybe even around, I think it started way back in the day when I was wrestling, but it was that, summer wrestling makes winter champions. You hear that a lot. And tell you, just looking through, the state tournaments this year, especially at the high school level, the men and women that are wrestling for the championships, they were all wrestling all summer. And I think that's really a separator a lot of times. And so, if you didn't quite reach your goals in folk style season, and you're able to jump in. Even if you're like, doing softball or baseball or another sport, it doesn't stop you from finding a room to go work out in. And our high school coaches are incredible how they open up their rooms in the summer. And, I've always been amazed. People kind of take for granted in our sport. The wrestling coaches keep their rooms open almost all summer, most of them. And they don't get compensated for that. They just keep them open to help the kids. And so it's pretty special. We have a special thing going in the summer with the coaches and staff. So, get involved. We've got a great season. It's not huge. It's 6 weeks traditionally. We have tournaments on the north and south and west side of the state. There's one every weekend. We have one big qualifying tournament that qualifies you for Fargo and our national dual teams. And at the end of the year, we have a state tournament. And let me tell you, the thing about the Freestyle and Greco state tournament that makes it really exciting and interesting and kind of a crown jewel for an athlete is, there are no classes in Freestyle and Greco. So I tell you, it's nothing to see 5, 6 state champions in a bracket, and kids wrestling really tough kids right off the bat. It's a pretty tough turn to win. So, that's kind of a great thing, I think, as a wrestler, something you should shoot for is trying to win that Freestyle Greco state and making one of those names. It's a pretty great thing. And I'll tell you, my kids, they like Freestyle and Greco. It's a lot of fun. If you've never dropped a somebody, and hit that fiver, it's first time you hit one of those moves, it just changes you as a wrestler. And so learning some advanced throws and some of those really great techniques is just a kid lace up a kid and tech them out in 30 seconds in an ankle lace, man. It's kind of addictive for the kids. They really like it. And so I think if you get your kid involved in that, you might be really surprised at how much fun it is and how much they like doing it.
Yeah, it is. It's a whole lot of fun. Both of our kids love doing it, and it's exciting. I think it helps you in all levels, Greco and freestyle. But when you get comfortable upper body, it opens up a whole new line of offense for you. And so, it's a good time. So we'll put the schedule up on our Facebook page, and then we'll put it up on our website as well. There's also national, like Zach said, there's national and regional tournaments. You can go to mat.com and see some of those. Those are up right now under the events page. I like our regional Southern Plains. It's a really good time. A lot of our Oklahoma guys go up there and it's they connect and have a good time with the other kids. And so it's a fun little tournament as well. It's a qualifier. So, but that's all I have. I just wanted to bring Zach on, kind of talk about, ending of the folk style going into the freestyle season. It's going to be exciting. If you, again, like you said, if you guys have never freestyled or Greco, it's a good time and the kids love it. A little bit better weather getting in the spring and summer. And so they kind of enjoy it. It's a little bit more laid back.
When you're talking, I kind of thought about something that I didn't even really plan us talking about, but one thing also too, that if you're a coach, really at any level, it's amazing how much experience you get in the summer too, coaching. You get exposed to really high level technicians from the state. And then also too, like our officials, if you officiate in folk style, it's great. If you officiate in freestyle, we have officials that have gone all over the world to officiate. So if you want to officiate or coach, get involved too, because it's amazing how much it escalates knowledge. And I'm telling you, we both have friends that are officials and that go all over the world, and it's a pretty cool thing. So, I would encourage those folks that want to get into officiating and coaching also to get involved, not just the athletes, because it's pretty rewarding and pretty cool. And like I said, we've had several officials, officiate, world championships and Olympic, qualifiers and stuff. And it's a pretty cool thing.
That is definitely. Well, that's all I've got. Zach, is there anything else that you want to add to it, other than our schedule going up? And I think it's the only thing I want to add is like what Zach was talking about. We'll have some of our directors and our coaches. We'll be interviewing some of those guys as well, and the women's director, women's coaches as well. We're going to bring them on too. So, and then probably I'm sure we'll interview maybe even some college coaches at some point. So But we're going to try to get more exposure to our coaches on this. I think that's important. But that's all I've got, Zach.
Me too. I look forward to seeing everybody this summer wrestling and having some fun.
Cool. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you share this. I know there's going to be a lot of people that have seen it, but there's other people that have not seen it and that need to see it. So make sure you share it with your friends. And with that being said, we'll probably see you in the next couple of weeks with another live. You guys have a good night.
Thanks. Bye.